We were high school sweethearts, so we got married young. She wanted to start a family like immediately when we got married. And so after several attempts with no success, that's when she made appointments to the fertility doctor.
We went through about 8 years of trying to conceive. Hard times. I told him several times, if you want to be with someone who can give you a baby, like, this is your time. Like, no hard feelings.
That blew me away. Man, she is really struggling with this. The only thing I can do is stand beside her and support her. So leaving her because she couldn't give me a child was completely not an option.
We were so young, but we clung to that hope of, like, somehow God's gonna provide. So I knew a friend, Priscilla, who'd adopted several children. She couldn't get pregnant either. And so we kind of had this connection. And so I was talking to her, and she just kind of mentioned adoption. And so I brought it home to Ben, and he was like, no. Me, I was like, let's go, let's sign, whatever we have to do, like, let's do it. So I prayed and I prayed for God to move on Ben.
The more I prayed about it, the more God softened my heart of like, hey, this is an actual like baby that needs a home. And I knew that I was like ready to sign up.
We went through the pregnancy with Mom. She changed her mind at birth, and 4 months later called us and dropped the baby off. We knew there was something wrong, and we were like, she's having seizures. And so when we went to the doctor, he was like, you don't want her. You do not want to adopt this baby. She's not going to live. She's not going to amount to anything. You do not want her. This is not a baby that you should be spending money on. And we're like, what?
I just remember telling her, I said, if this was our own child, like, there'd be no way in the world we would not take care of this child. This is our baby. Like, we're going to take care of this baby.
We decided we wanted to foster. We heard about Sweet Warren, who was in a medical foster home, instantly fell in love and started fostering him, and then adopted him. And then the state said, surprise, Mom's pregnant. She's due next month. After having Warren in our home for 2 months, we got Jack, baby brother. Had we not gone through all these years of trying to have our own baby and just this growth and maturity in our faith and relationship with Christ, like, we would be missing out on the blessings of Ansley, Warren, and Jack.
Without Jesus, it would have been impossible for us. I want to be able to minister to families that don't have that. It can be so isolating. And so to have the church for the 1010 life prioritize that is just, unless you're in it, you have no idea how much of a blessing that is.
We give to the 1010 life because we know God's an abundant provider, and we're here in a church that wants to reach the city and more for Christ. And so to me, it's a no-brainer.
The financial part, even though sometimes it can be tough, we just know that God is going to be faithful and provide.
I want to be a part of this church that's loving on special needs families, loving on foster families, on adoptive families, on people in prison, and all these aspects of the 1010 life. I want to be a part of that.